All right.
I don't not listen.
Men are talking.
Hang on.
Men are not talking.
Hang on a minute.
She's out of the cave. What's up? Doesn't she retreat? What do you got there, Andy?
Some vodka from
Oh,
Finland. Or no, Iceland. Handcrafted.
Reka?
Reka, yeah. Handcrafted though. Fuck yeah. I like my vodka handcrafted.
Do you know what that means? Handcrafted vodka?
No.
Oh, you just like to say it?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's on the label, so it must be important.
What does it mean, Shaylee?
I don't know. I assume, I assume
handmade.
vodka has a man's hand involved somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't everything.
So handmade versus handcrafted, you know, they're probably both.
I don't think. I mean, I don't want to disparage your choice of vodka, but I don't think there's just a big room with a bunch of men making vodka. I think there's a lot of machinery in just the distilling process.
It's like the Amish
alone.
making butter. It's
Yeah.
a guy. It's a fucking
One
big
guy had a churn making
big
vodka.
dude churning out vodka. Yeah, probably a few of them. Maybe
It probably means more along the lines of smaller batch. We're no Budweiser.
Fuck it. I'm just glad. I was afraid James was here all not drinking, and then I would feel like I couldn't, like be supportive of somebody because they're not drinking. I don't have to do that shit.
Hey, don't they have a bunch of distilleries up there in Oregon?
I think
hard
so.
Liquor distillery?
Yeah, there's a few. There's and then Hood River. There's cheap vodka up there. I didn't know it was cheap vodka. I just drank what I could in community college. You could get like a fifth of it for $5, and that
Hood River vodka does sound like a pretty cheap brand.
Yeah,
you can get a fifth of that on Friday and wake up for classes on Monday. You don't remember anything in between, but
guaranteed to hear the bell.
$5 and a couple of stains on some carpet that ain't even yours anyway. Who gives a shit?
Fuck it. They already lost their deposit. Doesn't matter.
I said this all the time. Fuck it, man. It's not like we're getting our deposit back anyway. You fucked up. You left the toilet running for 5 hours on the floor. Yeah. We can all talk about the roof caving in. That actually happened where I was
going to say, did that happen, Andy?
Yeah, it was a 2-story place, and I came home and there was some incident going on in the bathroom, and I just left. Wasn't me who did it, and I just left, and then came back later, and there was a big problem because the floor or the roof of the next floor looked like it was going to cave in. It was
all buckled.
Yeah, it was like it was close to when we were moving, and then it was a real mess. And then I still come up with let's steal doors from another place.
Right.
So we replaced all the broken doors, but we had a sagging. Also, there was a spot where we roughhoused and shoved one of my roommates. A big ass went through the wall, and then we jammed cans in there. I don't know I just had a natural ability to fix shit.
Wait, hold on. First of all, there's two things here.
No, you didn't. No, you did not have a natural ability to fix anything.
It's too bad you didn't know about all those ramen noodle videos.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
So Andy, you basically decided to fix a hole in the wall by jamming enough empty beer cans in it?
We had to have the spackle hold on to something.
2 birds.
Got it.
And it didn't work out. It was all it was like a job where you walk away from it going, I don't know, it doesn't look very good, but fuck it. And then come back later and it puffed way out. and then hardened.
What did you use?
Well, it's just shit. Fucking
Spray
had
foam?
enough.
Was
I
it
think
the
it's just
spray
that it
foam?
had enough air that it looked like it. Said the wall got pregnant was the joke, but the wall had puffed out and hardened, so it was like now it was real noticeable that there was a big hole in the wall because it stuck out several inches and then hardened like a fucking rock. So it did that part all right. It just didn't stay flat like I'd hoped. Yeah, I wasn't good at home repairs, but I was always willing to try.
Yeah.
And by home, I mean apartments.
That's a great slogan for a carpenter. Hey, we'll give it a try.
What is plum anyway?
Are you
Call
deaf?
Anderson Sons. We'll give it a shot.
Not quite plum carpenters. Yeah.
We're,
You just say
we're
not
not as
quite.
good as the other guy, but we're cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll answer the phone occasionally. Yeah.
We're not very good at our jobs, but don't worry, we'll be late.
Yeah,
We
I
might
would-
not show up after the deposit.
I did in my first year in college. I helped repair a fence that I broke successfully without further charges.
How did
But
you
I
break
did-
the fence, Andy?
It just didn't have enough strength for my momentum.
If an eyewitness saw it,
We did a
that's
lot of
not how
like,
they would
it
explain
was kind of like we did a lot of jackass type stuff and then running into a fucking fence. And that just was something, I was still learning the ropes of hard alcohol.
It's a twisted
The difference
path.
between factory and handcrafted vodka at that point was still a mystery.
Yeah, I was still guzzling machine mash garbage.
Robot liquor.
And there was nobody to be accountable to at all. Just like when they sent me off to California as a kid, I was like, nobody's gonna stop anything here. So I was kind of I was a little underprepared for the college world, but that's why I started out in community college. So I never really had to worry about the college world. They're two separate things. Anyway, I'm educated, got my degree.
Right.
That behind me, I'm gonna start doing like fucking Republican Congress, and I got several degrees in college. I went on and was a ranger. Okay, maybe I
First
drove a ranger.
responder.
I drove a ranger for a few months.
Test drove a Ranger.
Yeah, president of the Key Club. Okay, I might have been a member, but I was only a member for about 3 weeks, so I could go to Diamond Lake, and they didn't invite me. So, yeah, but just puff it up and believe in it. That's fucking, you get
If I wasn't a Vietnam veteran, would I have this T-shirt?
Yeah, exactly. Would I have cut the sleeves off if I didn't? I don't even like talking about it, man. Get choked up with the handcrafted vodka just thinking about it.
I'll prove this isn't stolen valor when you prove that election wasn't stolen.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's a real crime.
time to separate the Christian from the sheep. It's fun that we're not involved, right? It was like I didn't like either the Celtics or the Lakers back in the day, and when they would play, and I didn't buy any of the hype. I just didn't like any of them, and I wanted to see it go 7 games. I wanted to see a lot of hard fouls and people go down.
Yeah.
That's now that's how I feel about fellow Americans who got I got no sympathy. They got roped into a scheme, got roped into a pyramid thing, and then they went and did do a big thing, and then they went all fucked up for them, and now they want to. It's okay, come on back. Few pies in the face. Anyway, we can't rehash that. We probably upset some of the people on the free show. Now they're over here going, man, I'm a proud boy, and some of that shit hurt. The characterizations, not a whole bunch of fat, soft losers, just me and most of the guys I know in the group. But there's that one tough dude who gave us a lecture. I had some people come over and they were, I think we needed a dog sitter, and these people who went to the church lived nearby, and then they go, okay, they'll come over and do that, and then they had a presentation, which turned into, I think it was Amway.
Mhm.
You
The
know,
dog sitters?
yeah, that was their. They go, yeah, we'll do that, and then but their thing was they wanted to set up an appointment, and then they sat down with both of us and gave us their
Well, usually a
Amway.
dog sitter will like meet. They'll want to meet the dog
Well,
prior to dog sitting.
It was an
But they did
Episcopalian.
that
This time
under
they
the
want
guise.
the dog's credit card number.
Yeah. Anyway,
Get
they
you
were
something.
fucking. That's what they. That was their angle. They wanted to
Yeah.
come down, you know. And I'm always, you know, I'm always hopeful, you know, in those situations that they're swingers.
Were they trying the handles on your car when you found them, and they were like, "Hey, we're here. We're dog sitters."
Dog sitters here with Amway. We got some Amway from a car up the block. What was that?
Avon? How about Avon? You like
No, I
Avon?
said Amway rocks. Oh, okay, because I thought you said you stole it from a car up the block. But you know, it's like there was. Then they break out their tapes, and then that's what it was. And then you know, it's like that's it. How do you go back to letting them watch your dog when you know in their heart? But now I got someone in there who's more than willing to do Amway and any other fucking fly by night. Her friend who recruited her, her friend who recruited her's mom passed, and just recently, and I got the news, and and I like, oh, like uncaring because I'm really am, but also I kind of wanted to say, well, maybe I should go over there and try to sell her a line of bullshit like she did you when you were down and
Their
out. and lost.
presentation.
Come over there. Hey, you know, I know something that can fill that lonely space. You want to do a bump?
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk him into Patreon for issues with Andy.
Right. Hey, come see me strip over in the Venmo.
You want a T-shirt? What size are you? You look like about a double XL.
Dude, that's when this whole thing started. When her mother died, now I'm supposed to feel all sad about it. And I want to go over there and fucking scam her. I can, your fucking, you know, your time and attention, lady. But I'm inattentive, so I can never keep it going.
Have you ever thought about running scams in your own house, Andy, where like your
Every
friend
day,
that can't
dude.
see well, like you could send James to the front door to sell a magazine subscription, but it's really just money to give you weed, just extra money that
Oh, I
you don't have to ask for.
Yeah, especially with masks and everything. Well, I think once you get,
You don't
I
have
think
to
you-
justify it on the account or anything because
I
you
think once
spent
you
it.
buy it, I
So
think
you-
once you
that's
get
a good
sold,
idea.
I think when you get sold a bill of goods at your front door, you kind of stay loyal.
Yeah. Ironically, they make you run new scams by them. Don't fall for that shit.
I just every once in a while I flip ahead in the calendar to make sure there's not an end date or anything. I go, oh, hey, I noticed you have everything blacked out for the rest of the year after the 20. Anything I should know?
There's nothing after June 3rd, I see. That's an interesting.
Why did you get us both purple Nikes? I don't
Rapture.
understand.
You have Comet Day written down on Thursday.
Now there would be one
Nothing
pair of
after that.
Nikes. There's only one pair of Nikes in this household. I'm not invited. You know.
Yeah, you wouldn't have any fun.
Like that, bring it back to Garth Brooks, like that friend in low places. That'd be me. I'd show up in the afterlife in boots.
I don't even get that. It just made me laugh.
I don't even have boots either, so it's a total bluff.
Oh,
You ever get too much hash on your thumb to make a lighter work? Chad.
Yeah.
Shatter. I got shattered. Now I've ruined 2 lighters now.
Oh yeah, that part. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. It's all going to fuck. All right. Drink. Drinking's good.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Here's indeed.
Oh.
Oh.
Goddamn. I'm going to make it work because I'm not a quitter.
You can do it, Andy. We believe in you.
Apply yourself.
Yeah, that's better.
Jeez.
Patreon will wait.
You got.
Yeah, so they kind of made it sound like my mouth has some problems. I was kind of upset when they go cigarettes. I go, I smoke cigarettes. I never told you that. I smoke weed.
You know it's bad news when they think that you've been chronically doing a bad behavior you've never been doing.
Have you
Like,
you
not
stopped?
even just a one-time deal. Like, you clearly have been abusing this for years and years. No, I never touched this stuff. Really?
I feel like I don't. My parents are long gone, but they're the ones who need to be hearing that stuff. Your son's listening to the headphones and refuses to listen. But, well, that's the thing. You got to go back in time because those are the kind of habits you instill in a person when they're young. Otherwise, they grow up with bad habits, and then they don't listen for years, and they don't break them bad habits, and then it has to be reminded through 4 hours of excruciating pain, and then I'll remember for 6 weeks.
Yeah, you will have that moment of like, well, I'm gonna stay on the straight and narrow and floss, and then you probably won't do it that night.
Oh, it'll be too
That's
sore to do
a couple
for a
of
week.
bong rips and you'll be fine.
The first week or so will be too sore to even mess with.
Yeah.
But everybody loves my winning smile.
Yeah, as long as the aesthetic zone, which is what you see when you smile, as long as that's not messed up, Andy. I mean, fucking
That's
devil may care, right?
when I went and I got some interest in Hollywood after a Seattle competition, and I went there and bombed. And Bill Burr, I told you that how Bill Burr fucked me. Anyway,
What?
A few people came out, and it was actually way more than I was. It was like 6 or 7 people came out to see me. Friends of whatever pantsuits, and friends of pantsuits, and everybody was excited to meet me. Blah blah blah. They saw a side of me in Seattle that I didn't know how to recreate or what they'd seen.
I know that, Andy.
It was a night where I knew I was getting
This
eliminated.
is a problem that we are all familiar with
Yeah,
you, Andy.
yeah,
You don't
yeah.
really need to explain it any
So-
further.
I went there, and then I got some advice from I don't even know who this was, but it was a comic who's a friend of another friend, and he's from Kentucky, and he suggested I should get high, and because I might have said that I don't even know what they saw in Seattle. He goes, and I'd gotten high in Seattle, so I'd get high there, and then I did because I was trying to avoid all of them, and then I came back. It was at the Improv, and Drew Carey's improv group was holding the show before that, hosted by I guess the whole evening ran long because Kevin Nealon ate up a lot of clock early on, so everything was behind. Anyway, Drew Carey's thing was there, and there was it was a tight crowd in that little room for Drew Carey. And I went out and got high, and then all the pantsuits waved me over, and I had to talk to them. I was like, really, I usually don't feel high, but I was super stoned. And then they go, oh, like fucking yammering at me. And then I just kind of stiffed them and like walked past them. Like I didn't see them.
You
And,
blew by the talent scouts?
yeah. And I went and walked
Good
up.
move.
And I go, well, hey, and then like I was checking with somebody, and then I
Being
just
aloof.
yeah. Then I stood in the
Mhm.
doorway, and then Bill Burr goes, they're gonna when Drew Carey's done, there everybody's gonna be leaving. Don't worry about it. I'll eat. I'll do some time, kill some time there. And then anyway, then cool, and then I'm well, I knew I smelled like weed, is why I blew past him, and so then I'm in the bathroom, and then or is there another? Anyway, I'm behind Bill Burr, and then the industry folks come in, the crowd's leaving, the Drew Carey thing lets out, everybody's leaving, like the whole fucking crowd's leaving except the people who are filing in to see me, and and then Bill Burr goes, it smells like weed. Like, I don't know if he, like he thought it was on industry, but it felt like I was being served up because I was a new douchebag in town and had some, anyway, Bill Burr may have no recollection of it. Maybe he drank more, but it felt, so anyway, he goes, he told me he would do time, eat the bullet, because he told me that when Drew leaves there, the crowd will be leaving, which was accurate. So,
Yeah.
well, they're just getting seated. He goes up and he goes, all right. He goes, there's a Drew Carey. He goes, all right, you guys ready for whom? Somebody from out of town. He may be the next Drew Carey. And boom, like I'm back there going, whoa, didn't know. He just introduced me. And then I proceeded to go up and fucking bomb like nobody's business.
Oh man, that
like
hurts.
fucking worse. And then, then after that, then only the one lady talked to me from the group. They all just fucking dispersed.
Then they blew past you.
Yeah, and so I'm walking to the car with the lady from NBC, Grace, who was like, so excited about me. She was telling people, I called up now. Oh, Grace was just talking about you, that kind of shit. 3 Arts was there sniffing around, and they fucking beat it. That fucking weasel was the first out. And then she goes, when you look up and smile, you light up a room. And I go, well, Grace, if I don't look down and frown all the time, then nobody gives a shit. And that was I left Hollywood.
Oh.
I remember,
Andy, was this a 1998?
yeah, around there. Hedberg was with 3 Arts, and then when I told him the name of that guy, and he goes, yeah, he's not a team player. Well, he wasn't a Team Andy player, but I remember sleeping on the beach that night. It was like, I got excited. It was like I was excited, thinking, oh shit, I was like, fuck yeah, now finally, fuck man.
You slept on the beach in Seattle?
No, I left L.A. I knew one thing, that it didn't go well, and I didn't want to be inside of L.A. when I woke up. So I just drove to Santa Barbara and slept out there on the beach like a fucking camper. And yeah, that was I don't know if that was Bill Burr's intention, but so years later when he was in when I did that Down and Dirty taping. For HBO, Bill Burr was a host of one of the nights, and I got, I felt unsure about that. I didn't know even how I didn't audition, didn't send shit to them, and they called me. So, and then right before the day we taped, they go that we're going to cut a couple of people, just so you know that not every, like, okay, I'm fucking, and then Sean Rouse is sitting in a dressing room, and he goes, hey man, hey, come back, say hey to Bill Burr. And then I'm like, because I felt at that point like Bill Burr was somehow a bad luck, or at least a jinx, at the very least a jinx, like, yeah. I don't want to go in there and talk to Bill Burr. And he go, hey man, come on. And then I go, hey Bill, and then hey, how you doing? And then I left, and then I got cut from the show. So tell me, is Bill Burr a bad luck charm? Is he a jinx? To me, he is.
You think he's your jinx, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the first story is like, it's a mechanical thing. Yeah, you don't bring up the next show or the next guy after a big thing like Drew Carey's improv group without, like you said, taking the bullet. That's just a courtesy thing.
Yeah.
That's a bullshit move.
It felt
Whether he did it to specifically fuck you or not, I'm sure he didn't, but it's still
might have been a miscommunication,
or
yeah.
Or you're in a fucking
he's
bad
making
mood.
you work. extra hard. He wants, it is so competitive that people don't mind making other comics work extra hard so they look a little bit better.
And he was, this was quite a while ago, so he wasn't the fully evolved Bill Burr, but
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was hosting something.
I kind of
It
feel
was
like
22 years ago, 98. That's 22 fucking years.
I hold grudges, man. I've been waiting to kind of let loose with that,
I don't know Bill Burr. I've only met him once or twice. I guarantee you he doesn't remember any of this. 22 fucking years and doing a fucking quick MC.
I wrote you, Bill. You didn't write back. Hey, man. What's up, Bill? I stood outside your dressing room, waited to say, hey.
Well, when we were doing the End of the World podcast, Stanhope introduced me to Bill Burr 2 times because he was fucked up and forgot, and Bill Burr didn't fucking even know that he had already introduced me a minute ago.
So he'll have his guard down when I confront him.
I'm totally fine with not meeting anyone I admire. I've gotten way better, like down the road. Just here, let me take the picture. I don't want to be in it. I used to do that with Hedberg all the time. That guy was he's the keyboardist for the Black Crowes. That's one of my favorite bands, but I don't want to fucking put my foot in my mouth or be a douchebag. Let me just take the fucking picture. Yeah. So there's a lot of pictures with Hedberg with famous rockers. None with me. I'm the one holding, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, for the most part, them pictures just end up on somebody's Facebook when you die or whatever. I've already I've come to the realization that when I die, there'll be like 500 pictures of me drunk in some place I didn't remember, or I died with someone I don't remember. But I look fucked up like I was having fun, and good on them, because I'm all red cheeked and fucking drunk as shit, and somewhere USA, smiling for I don't know what.
And next to somebody wearing your shirt.
Yeah.
Well, now that you've got some merch, that's great.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was kind of cool to get a picture with my brother Larry wearing a picture or a shirt with me jerking. It's like kind of owning my brother.
It's a little.
Yeah.
That's got to be it. Then you need to snap a picture of you getting every one of your brothers to put the shirt on.
I don't think
who wore it better.
Once you've got all 4 of them, then
it'll be a contest.
Yeah.
Just
who's going to be the trickiest?
Or just make a one-off T-shirt that it's just gradually like the same T-shirt, but you're turned around with your dick in your hand, and just keep making it worse and worse until you're like got the goatsy fucking. You're just spreading your asshole,
shooting a load and catching it in my face.
Brother just keeps swearing him. I got a new album coming out. He's like, holy shit!
He probably doesn't
you are
look
great,
down.
man.
He'll just put it on for the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy to see him sitting there because I wouldn't have asked him to go put it on, He gets winded moving around the trailer or whatever, but he was
looks good on him.
That's a great picture, dude. That's a great advertisement for the shirt. Mm-hmm. The whole thing works. All of it works.
It's America. That's America.
It is America.
These are not 1%ers. We're not talking about 1%ers here. This is.
I mean, even the dog looks like an andrist, like it's kind of a mutt kind of a thing, Yeah, but it's sort of still like a very muttish looking. Yeah, it just looks like a kind of a
registered. I get what you're saying.
Mix of other broken parts of dogs jammed into one dog.
I think they're Larry was the pug breeder for a while.
What?
Years ago, but he had an outlaw puppy mill for a minute.
Puppy mill is different than a pug breeder. It sounds more professional when you say pug breeder.
So that dog's been overbred and has diabetes. That's the look Erickson is describing.
Yeah, just from what
It's
he drinks.
blind. That's why he's got to carry it around.
Yeah, he doesn't have a yeah, he's got a thing that says don't bother me, service human. Carry
That's pretty funny. That'd be a good T-shirt.
yeah.
I
My
gotta
mom-
honestly say,
those
those
you could
t-shirts
sell a
Andy,
bunch
are
of those.
soft as shit. I
What's
wore
that?
mine the other day. Your
Yeah,
shirts
yeah.
are fucking really soft.
That's what because I get I mean this
Put
is
it on
not
the other day. I was blown away, man. I was like, this is
that's
great.
why they call me Mr. T-shirt because I'm not only the T-shirt
Yeah.
designer. I'm because I get
Oh, so
it's
you
like
go out and visit the cotton fields to make sure that the cotton that you're
I
getting
go out
is
and
the softest cotton.
I cotton pick
Mine
pick
is
my own
cotton.
cotton.
Shaylee, you know how Juan Valdez personally is
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
hillside in Peru selecting his beans for his coffee?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the way Andy looks at the cotton that goes
Well,
into
I
his
go to the factory and I
major
jerk
jacket.
off on a shirt and then I make them wash it and bring it back. And if it's at all rough, I say, do it over.
Throw it in their face.
The blend is not a perfect. It's gotta be perfect.
Not good enough.
You
Yeah.
call that soft?
There
Yeah.
she is.
Yeah.
It's like that, except for Andy's donkey has kicked him on the ground and is running away.
Well, the donkey has other gigs too. I let the donkey work. It has a show.
He's
It
only
does-
available in the photo shoot for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw in Tijuana when I was there, and of course I was the first time ever to a donkey show and all that. But they had donkeys painted like zebras,
Yeah, yeah.
and I was
And they're on a cart out on the street, so you get your fish talk or whatever, and then they call you over and you pile on into the cart, and there's a zebra, which is a donkey painted, and you put on a stupid sombrero, and they take a picture and charge you $10.
only 10.
Andy, all of that happened, and you
That's a
didn't know it.
steal.
I mean nobody told. Well, I hit the ground running the first time I was there, and I think I was out there with Gary Lucy. Maybe I was doing shots, and then I was blackout drunk, and then this just vague memories. But I lost. I got basically left my car unlocked, but I was the car, and I really didn't.
Car unlocked. Wait a minute. You left your car unlocked at the Mexican donkey show?
No.
That didn't teach you that?
I went into the
Just-
toilet and I didn't say anything when there was a woman in the stall. I should have said, "Oh, this one's taken," and I went ahead and it was like, "Oh, she's she's pointing like she pointed my dick towards the she was like I had a caddy or whatever. Wasn't nothing I asked for. Please hold my penis. I didn't even know the language, and that's
like an attendant. Okay,
But she took
I'm
my wallet.
following
She
you
took
now.
my wallet. That's
Service-oriented
when
country.
but she took my wallet and my watch.
Wow.
We didn't discuss that, but I that's typical American tourist. I was about 23 and thought that's how
Yeah.
you act up in there.
No, that's a smart move.
I
Wallet,
wasn't in the military.
wallet or watch in the front is the same thing. And if they find it up there, then you're ready to barter.
But I was most disappointed in myself that I didn't notice my watch being wrestled off. It seems like they don't. I would have noticed.
Well,
that.
the other hand on your dick
I
is
know.
probably
I know.
attributed to that. So I mean,
I know they
They're
don't
gonna
teach
give
you
you a
that. They
pass.
don't teach you that in health class.
No.
It's like they talk about the function of it. They don't tell
Wait,
you where
wait,
when
you
someone's
think
touching.
You think they should teach you to watch out for somebody stealing your wallet if they touch your dick?
It'd be a nice segue into venereal diseases.
They should.
They
They should teach you what a distraction your dick is going to be for the rest of your life and how much
Throw
trouble
around
it's going to get you into.
You
It
throw a
seems like
word-
in Coos Bay that should have been the curriculum at that school.
you throw around a word like syphilis.
Sawdust check at noon. At 1 o'clock, what to do when you're scared in a Tijuana stall and you put your watch.
I was never scared. I would say more startled, and then more disappointed in, you know, I thought we had a connection there, and then that was all, you know, like shame on her.
Andy, you got to look up the
Yeah.
song Acapulco Goldie by Dr. Hook. It's
Same thing happened to him.
it's your story exactly.
Really,
It might be the same chick.
man. Dr. Hook, man, I'm sorry about your Swatch watch.
That's where she got the idea.
Yeah. Only had I listened to more Dr. Hook songs. Could have been a. I feel like that kind of, you know, that's the way to do stuff, though. Uneducated, completely fucking guard. I didn't, you know, there was no fucking. I didn't get thrown in jail. I do remember saying, you know, who's the manager? Like I tried my you know, middle America sleuthing, and it didn't work there.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, you know, let me go without any recourse. They didn't kick my, you know, that's what you kind of realize is like complaining. It's like, okay, now I'm going to get robbed again. Only this is going to be more serious. Like she managed to take things off of me without me noticing. This guy was going to knock things out of me, and I'd be pretty aware of some of it until I was out. You know, and then I'd wake up in a dumpster. You know, that's when I, you know, sometimes it's better to just let things go.
Yes. Yeah, you got to know when to take a loss.
You got to know when to fold them.
That's exactly
and
right.
Walk away, and that's what. Yeah, I
Know
don't know
when
how
to run.
I don't know. I wasn't up to speed, so I was probably lucky that I didn't get more beaten down. I didn't have the guidance of a Stanhope who says, run at him and then run for the door.
I was in Tijuana with some college buddies in like late 80s for spring break. And we were walking down the street and we heard this ruckus. And then right out in front of us from down these steps, there was like a bar on a rooftop. And from down these steps came a guy rolling out. He rolled like it was like out of a movie. He rolled down the steps and out into the street. And then 1 second later, two more guys came down the steps and were just like beating the shit out of him, kicking him, punching him. Maybe 30 seconds of that, and then they go right back up the steps, and this dude's like laying on the ground, and his girlfriend's like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" And the dude's like coming to, and he's all fucking bloody and shit, and she's, you know, trying to get the cops, and he's like, "No, nope. You know, he's an American guy. He's like, "We're fucking out of here." And then me and my friends were like, "All right. All right.
Yeah.
I'm glad we saw that because we are idiots." So it was no joke.
Growing up in Southern California, we would go down to Rosarito Beach, which is about 60 kilometers something past Tijuana. We would never stop in Tijuana. And what happens is it's so easy back then to get in and out of Mexico that kids would go down there from San Diego and shit, or the military base from up there. There's a Marine base, and they would act fucking totally stupid. And just think that they can do whatever. And in Tijuana, the last place you want to be is the fucking jail. It's called Ocho. It is not a fucking place.
How did I avoid it?
Yeah, there's for any reason. And I remember, I think I told this story, but really quick. We were coming back surfing, and we were running out of gas in this long line to get across the border. And I had taken a yearbook camera to take pictures of us surfing. And it was underneath the seat, and we got pulled over and had to give the guy our last money, and ended up having to push the car across the fucking border to the first off ramp, because I thought for sure that camera was going to get taken, because they're like, well, we can take you to jail. It's like for crossing a yellow line without a signal, or crossing a lane change without a signal. He goes, unless you have money. Okay, and that's. But Tijuana is not a place where you go, well, let's talk to your sergeant.
Yeah.
I want to file a grievance.
That should be, what's that show where the tourists try to get back to somewhere? Greatest American.
Locked Up Abroad.
like
Amazing
drop Karens
Race.
off. Like fucking Karen's got to go to Tijuana and figure, no money, no fucking, and then just complain their way back to the States.
Somebody just murders them.
Yeah, that show alive,
There's
but
just,
real stakes.
I never been to Tijuana, but I did when I was a kid. I guess my dad and all of his friends used to go to Rocky Point and in Mexico and just camp for like a week on the beach and party. And then once they all started having kids, they just started bringing all their kids to the party on the beach at Rocky Point. So for a long time growing up, every year we'd go to Rocky Point on the beach. And it was I saw like one of the guys that have a big group of guys, and one of them got caught smoking weed by the federales on the beach there, and they were all had fucking M16. He's trying to put it out, and he had to bribe them fucking with money right there on the beach in front of everybody. We'd steal four-wheelers and you ride over to this little place, Choya Bay, and we were like 12, and we could go in the bar and just get beer and just sit there and fucking act like assholes and get all drunk. It was a fun time. I liked Mexico growing up. What's that?
On the mainland, right? Mexico.
Puerto Penasco. I think we would go down like towards Yuma, I think, and maybe. Yeah, it wasn't too far from where we were here in Arizona, but
that's still a great place to not right now, but that's still a great place to go.
And now it's all hotels, I guess, all along that beach. But it used to just be straight beach camping, just tents on the beach. Dudes would walk by with fucking 400 baskets, and you could talk them down, and they'd sell them baskets. They'd say fireworks that were just wrapped in newspaper. We'd run around with fucking Roman candle fights with Mexican fireworks. I loved Mexico as a kid. I had a really good experience there, but I guess it's different now.
Yeah, I'd be afraid. Nah.
Yeah, the first thing that comes up under Puerto Penasco is 13 bodies found in a shallow grave near Mexican. Them days are long gone, bro.
It was a different time.
Enjoy those photographs, those Kodaks.
That's sad. That's like that Jay Giles song, "The Angels in the Centerfold." That just crushed my heart a little bit. And like, that was such a peaceful, fucking innocent time of my youth.
Yeah.
Hey, just while we're talking about the Mexico here, just so you guys know, I'll add a new word to your vocabulary. The the donkey painted like a zebra is called a zonkey.
Oh wow. I thought it was like
the more you know.
When I was there, I was like,
they couldn't call it a Debra.
I was thinking of the whole donkey show the whole time, and then I was like, it's like, what's going on here? And trying to elicit information because I knew that was a donkey.
Those were the donkeys that used to be in a donkey show, and now they're embarrassed, so they're trying to pretend that they're zebras.
So witness relocation.
That wasn't me. That was some other guy.
Donkey relocation program. No one will know it's you.
Can't get it up anymore. Push a cart, dude. That was my understanding. It was a female making love with a donkey, right? The donkey show. But I don't know, is it like Bigfoot? Was that even like a banana lady show, or is it all?
When we went down to Ensenada one night in search of the donkey show, I remember we were in a van, 4 surfers, and we were drinking beers openly on the road from Rosarito to Ensenada, and we get down there, and we get there and we go to this show, and it is basically. There's this. It's like your guys' comedy show when you guys went out on the road in Idaho. There's this big build up, but then there's really nothing. At one point, they keep talking about in like broken English that the donkey show's gonna start. But then the guy comes around with the tequila and Sprite and pours it in your face, and you shake your head, blowing a whistle, and you're like, I don't think there's a donkey show. And how's a donkey gonna get up these steps? We're on the second fucking floor, right? And then I think what happens is they get you so drunk that a guy in a gorilla suit comes out and grinds up on some fucking stripper because it's a strip club. And at the point when I saw the gorilla suit, I was so wasted. I go, I can't take this. And I went and I ended up throwing up on the street out in front of the van, and I fell asleep in the van. I woke up back at the surf site the next day.
Wow.
No dunk, man.
So you're saying Bigfoot allegedly broke in?
I did see Bigfoot.
Wow.
I feel like
yeah.
he's just
like
opening.
grouse hunting with consequences.
Well, I mean, if you're drunk expecting a donkey show and all of a sudden a gorilla shows up, that might be an escaped gorilla.
Yeah.
I'm pretty drunk, man.
Looking for
I don't fucking know.
bestiality.
I'm out of here.
Donkey shows one down.
Yeah, donkey
He
had
pulls
the
up
night
mask.
off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He
Donkey
came
called
it
wrong. The gorilla show.
The gorilla always opens for the donkey,
Yeah.
you guys.
Of course.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And I bet there's a lot of erections in a Mexican zoo, huh? Fucking ape over there waiting to go fucking do the nooner. I've seen apes jerk off at the zoo, and then like it's funny, and but people around you, it's like in Boise there was I did a material about there. There's some that got erections there a bunch, but just like Boise was the last stop for animals, like it was they got a couple of like clunkers from like Tacoma or whatever, but it was just a fun zoo. And there was I think it was a monkey that was pleasuring himself there for a long period of time, which, when you're in Boise, Idaho, you're there Wednesday through Sunday, you fill the time any way you can. And if you see a monkey jerking off, you're going to just hang out. Got nothing better to do, bro. And we're kind of in the same, it's like cool to talk shop and stuff. It's like, what do you do? And there's a light audience. You still do your whole skit and everything, whatever.
Oh, no.
But headlining, huh?
Here's your monkey show.
Yeah, monkey. I was also in DC. I was they had a thing where the apes could go up across, and then people were watching, and then one of the apes shit and dropped it down on, and it's fun to see that sort of thing.
Shaylee, switch that to the picture where they're at Sizzler or something. I don't want to see that.
Was that one monkey sucking off another monkey? Or is one a squirter? I ain't got the best vision. I have to see it.
I'm trying to get it off there. It won't come off.
It's weirding me out.
It might just be picking bugs off of it.
Well, I feel like the one.
Shaylee's head's convenient voice locked.
How's that?
The other one was okay too, but it felt like the one sucking the wiener was making eye contact with.
It shamefully caught.
Yeah.
Stop that.
You paid for it. I'm gonna look at you.
Oh, you don't like this? You don't like this?
Is there somewhere where they have an R-rated zoo where it's just like the animals are all horny and fucking? You go in and watch the monkeys fuck.
I'm guessing it's probably one of the Eastern Bloc countries where they don't have zoos anymore.
You'd be like Jim Jordan running the Ohio State wrestling program. Hey, I got some alumni who want to watch the show. Come on in. You wouldn't want to be, you wouldn't want a fucking ape to turn on you, though. You let them fucking do the thing. But, like if animal, I don't know. I mean, elephant seals fucking, I would make a day of it. I mean, bring a headset.
Isn't elephant seals fucking something you run into and not something you plan, like going to the museum on a certain art exhibit?
Oh, there's a place on the.
I think that the animals lose their desire and their virility when you cage them like that. That's the problem. That's why
there's a spot on the Northern California on Highway 1. It's like I've been there several times, and I guess I always just happen to be there during elephant seal love time. But man, the sound of elephant seals fucking, I would imagine it's like, like when you do a show at a Funny Bone in the Midwest and then the couples go home. You kind of imagine. But this is like an orgy of them. So there's like 500 fucking elephant seals fucking and grunting and positioning themselves, and it's quite something, you know. It's like there's really it's like if you could harness the fucking power of a fart and a burp and then fucking blast it out on a microphone and then just fucking that's what they do while they're making love. It sounds like they're fucking quaffing and farting and blasting and rutting and they're all scarred up and shit. It's inspiring, you know. It's like I'm a few pounds overweight and sometimes I don't want to even see myself. I go, look at that big stud. He's all scarred up. He's got one of his tusk ripped off and he's knocking out a piece of ass in front of tourists. Living the life, man. You just get past your own self, you can really make a go of it.
Listen, Andy, not all sex is about the Polaroid. Sometimes it's about the fucking slapping flesh.
Yeah, that's what, you know, when they get in rhythm, man, there ain't nothing like it.
No, it goes flipper to nose.
Oh man.
Yeah. Fucking meat on meat.
All the fucking voyeur penguins just standing around there watching.
And they do, they
weird
bite
motherfuckers.
the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
If you're an elephant seal lady and you got a man and you're making love, you better check that neck because you got some open wounds. That dude
Definitely. You're gonna be wearing a scarf for a while.
Leather. You can't nut in that thick leather hide without biting some chunks of meat off. It's just how he rolls. There's a lot of other elephant seals if you don't like it, bitch. And that's the thing, is I saw one, he's fucking rutting, fucking, and he rolls off, and then he just fucking rolls onto another and starts fucking her. And that other bitch just fucking takes off. Like, God damn it, man. If I can come back again, I know what I want to be. They don't try to cage those. They don't put them on display anywhere because that's what they do, you know? They're fucking captive, and all they are just fucking monsters.
Well, yeah, it's like Erickson said. I mean, they don't have that same instinct to fight when they're sitting in a zoo getting the 3 squares a day and no penguins fucking with them.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if they were fucking or fighting, but everybody seemed to be enjoying them.
So they're not horny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe next time I'll do a mushroom or two, get high, put on some hippie jams, and dance. Dance among the elephant seals, fucking, you know, a safe distance. I wouldn't want to encroach.
That sounds. I was gonna say the opposite earlier. Like, I'm not sure I would want to be tripping around something like that. That might be too fucking real and visceral and weird.
I'm picturing an entire documentary like Grizzly Man, but it's Andy nature jacking in the middle of all of the fucking elephant seal.
No, it goes against all instinct to get horny while hearing those noises.
But not to the.
It's like if you were at a place and everybody around you was shitting themselves and vomiting at the same time. That's what it sounds like.
Like food poisoning at a truck stop diner.
Mm-hmm. One toilet. Yeah, I gotta get back there. I got somewhere on one of my old tapes. I've got way too long of a tape of elephant seals mating, like 15, 20 minutes. I've never revisited it because you got to go put it back on another, you know. Fucking, it's on 8mm. Fuck it.
Shaylee just lost power. He texted me, so
he looks like he's lost his.
He's gone.
He's in that love scene.
He's still got it recording, so I can't record it. So I don't know if we'll have this part or not. We'll have to see.
That's crazy that you guys are gonna get a foot of snow. You get like a couple inches at the most a year, you know, right?
Yeah, and it's usually like later in the year. This is pretty early. Or I mean, yeah, like February.
Wow.
So.
Which is nothing without Shaylee. Let's face it, he's our Ringo.
Oh, are we back up? All right, I thought we were still stalling.
Up, baby. We're flying. We're like the Stooges.
Hey, you guys
This
ever
is
watch
why-
Western movies?
I like some of them. I like the genre, but
There's a bit of an odd one, but it's worth watching at least one time. Tommy Lee Jones is the main guy in it, called The Homesman. The Homesman.
check it out.
Check that out. I think it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I like westerns, but there's only like a handful of them I like.
Yeah,
I like the
yeah,
Unforgiven is a good one.
We started watching Yellowstone, but I did not care for it. So
Yeah,
it's got the looks, man. It's got Costner on a horse in Montana. You know, like it's shot beautifully. It's all, you know, but it wasn't my thing. It's more, it's like Sons of Anarchy. Like I don't know if you watch Sons of Anarchy, but every week they would do some really terrible decision that would end up with someone dying. And then, now they've got their,
and then they just move
5
on.
people in 6 weeks. They just move on from that. Like,
Yeah, it'll wrap up it. Also, yeah, I watched a couple of seasons of that, Erickson, and I stopped watching it because of what you just said, but also because I don't want to watch a failure of. If I'm going to watch a show about a fucking outlaw motorcycle club, I want to watch the badass one that wins. Not the one that just tries and fails all the time and narcs on each other and kills their own guys and goes to jail. Like it's like the Bad News Bears of motorcycle gangs.
you get the insurrectionist that you choose. We all wanted to have better patriots representing us in Washington. God damn it. We all knew it. We all saw patriotism slipping down over the years, right? We'd let it go. You know, you'd be at a football game. There'd be a douchebag up demanding that everybody pay attention and have their hand on their heart while the song's going. It's like, fucking just listen to
your
the
head
song,
off.
fucking asshole. Yeah, you're the fucking one who's being disrespectful, you dumb cocksucker. And then at 4th of July, you know, you'd see the Patriots and all their kids running around and they're playing their fucking music loud and they're fucking getting a little too fucking mouthy and shit. And you know, patriotism ain't what it used to be. You know, trying to think about 1776 when we kind of had a fucking cool little patriot or two. I know they're all douchebags now. I can't think of one person I would describe as patriotic that you wouldn't want to see get run over by a bus. And that goes back quite a bit in history. I think Thomas Jefferson was the last one we all endorsed. Who's your favorite patriot? Not football. Who Bob Hope was patriotic, kind of a
Benjamin Franklin.
Well, he was
He's
in
a
it
good guy, wasn't he?
He just
He let his slaves go.
He went to go fuck French whores. Once Ben Franklin started fucking French whores, he didn't invent nothing except things from stinging. Right? Like that was the fucking cool thing about Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin was the guy most likely to, if he were alive today, to do drugs off of money with his own picture on it. And then he go fuck some French whores, you know? He was the fucking one. That's why he's on the money. He wasn't a president. He was just he was presidential.
He just mattered.
Yeah, he was he got. I don't know. Was he married at all? He have a fucking Mrs. fucking Franklin. If he did, he didn't give a shit.
Swinger, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a ladies' man.
Man, I wish I had electricity. Do you think?
Running a printing press.
Yeah, he got out of America when it was getting up in its own ass, you know. He smelled the Patriots coming out, and he was like, "Fuck it."
Ben Franklin had a common law wife, Deborah Reed Franklin.
And who was she boning? Well,
that was his bottom bitch.
Yeah.
I think he was very liberal.
Yeah.
Like polyamorous type.
What about her though? I meant to send that letter home. It must have got caught on it. I guess that ship went down. I sent that letter. You sure? Check the ship log. I'm sure.
Check the ship's log for your letter. That's going out on a limb for a lie.
I like those days where you could just like take a trip and be gone for 5 or 6 years, come back. Oh, I got some adventures to tell you about, but I don't want to talk to anybody for a while. Got business to attend to. Oh, another business trip.
Yeah.
This
Show
next
back
ship.
up after 6 years and expect your room to be available.
Yeah.
You
You know what happened is I was waiting to catch a ship, and then I couldn't get on that one, so I waited for the next one, and then they changed the shipping routes.
Next thing you know, I'm on a raft with these guys, Lewis and Clark. Here I am, fucking months later.
I wake up in Tijuana jail with a knot on my head the size of a donkey footprint.
Wait, a zonkey, actually, I found out later.
Print. Oh, Ben, you're just making things up again. No, it's a zonkey.
That'd be funny. Like you wake up and you've got on your face like zebra paint, like you fell asleep up against the zonkey and the paint like all over. Instead of like stripper glitter, you've got zonkey paint. Like,
Zonkey markings. Did you fall asleep on the zonkey again?
Zonkies will never be extinct, I have a feeling.
Zonkey is such a nicer name than retired fuck donkey. I like it.
Well, I think Shaylee's story is probably more truthful than a Marine who says he saw a woman take a donkey. No, that's what you think you saw, bro. Go back. 3 shots, 4 shots. What was it? 2? No.
Yeah.
What really happened? Because I don't think it. If it happened,
I'm sure
why would
it has happened?
Yeah.
but
I'm sure.
There's no way 4 surf
But that chick probably didn't feel like she was in
are
show
gonna
business.
watch a gal take a fucking donkey wang.
Yeah.
We're not in. We don't run in those.
That's a good
circles.
idea for a punishment for the Capitol. It's a donkey.
A donkey wang.
You can either spend 10 years in prison, lose your flying privilege, lose your gun privilege, lose your job, or you can be on our TV show, The Donkey Show, where every patriot gets ass fucked to the delight of non-patriotic folks who can watch on. You can watch on the Venmo. I would watch. Oh fuck! All right, heat dish.
Time's up.
Yeah, the heat dish.
Did someone have a wrong answer? I didn't hear.
That is.
I was hitting the buzzer, but it was blocked out.
Incorrect. If I do that too much, my wife will come out and she goes, "You're not running the heater out there the whole time, are you?" Fuck yeah, I am. It's cold and I can't talk in the
That's
house.
your heater?
I can't talk in the house without hurting feelings, so I sit out here. Yeah, it's a heat dish, but if you bounce into it, it makes a racket. It just squawks. I think it's to protect me.
Dish? What's a heat dish?
I don't know what that is.
Exactly what it is, man. That's what it says.
It's like a propane heater.
It says like handcrafted. It says heat dish. Heat
That's
dish.
the best kind of heat dish.
Okay,
Is
it's
it
a
heating a plate of beans, or is it heating the
it's
room?
a Presto heat dish plus rise. So
So it makes
doesn't-
bread.
I like to be warm. I like to be warm at this level. So I got
Is it
one.
a toaster oven?
It's a plus rise. I bet you could probably heat something on it, but you'd have to be patient.
Plus rise is not even a thing that
It
you would
doesn't
see
even
2
help the
words.
description.
Yeah, those 2 words wouldn't even be put
It's a
together in
verb.
any
I
circumstance.
could cook a potato. I could cook a potato on it with aluminum foil if I was patient. But it is called.
This is the hot plate, is what
You
you're
can
talking
find
about.
you can find anything on the internet. Go Presto heat dish and be amazed.
It's a hot plate.
It's. I'm gonna.
Yes.
I know, because I'll knock all that fucking shit over. I know what you're doing.
Oh, I know what it is.
We got them at Costco. 10.
Yeah,
20
it's a radiant heater.
Like
Yeah,
a buddy
that-
heater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Chad.
if you
A
had-
buddy heater is what you use for camping. This
Yeah.
is kind of like that, but this is more of a for the bachelor pad like Andy's living in.
If you were
Your
working at a
porch.
Christmas tree lot like I did back in the day, this would be a nice thing. I could go underestimate the cost
like under
of the tree.
like near you at the cash register.
Yeah. You do this a lot in front of one of these. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, it's like
Careful, you'll make it wreck it if you
I don't want to burn my hair.
And that's called a heat dish.
Yeah.
I think it's like a satellite dish is a dish.
Plus rise.
Yeah,
It's like
plus rice.
if you just want to be
I
just want to be warm, and there's really nobody to love you.
First off, this guy's a narc. He tells your wife, your roommate, that you're using the heat or you're using the heater.
I haven't done this yet, but if I heat up my weighted blanket and then I just wrap up in it, it'll be like being in love again.
Put your blanket on the grill, toast it up,
warm it up.
Feels like a hug.
It feels it feels like it, but it feels like the hug of a cold dead man.
We need to get Andy one of those overhead like heaters that you put on the outside of bars. Heat
Patio
comes down
heater.
from the top. Yeah.
This is perfect for.
We can't even get him to get a ring light, and you want him to have a big fucking torch, propane torch.
But here's the thing: you said ring light, and I went and got one, and then it was like, oh, this still isn't working, so I got a second ring light, and now I come to find out neither of them
one didn't work, so you bought a second one.
One was a ring light, and the other's a desk lamp. But I was trying to buy a ring light both times, and I just
you failed in two areas there.
I got a selfie studio though. That's what I got with I got a ring light that's a selfie studio, so I got that like in case that happens. In case the selfie studio gigs pick up, I'll be all ready to roll. But now I know that it's a bigger light. Yeah.
Not necessarily. You don't need one as big as I got, because if I knew it was this big, I wouldn't have got it. But they're smaller ones.
I want
one like Chad's got. I need to get one too.
I want one, and I would like to suspend it by cable, have it hanging out here.
You want it hanging from your ceiling?
Yeah, I can do that.
Swing it back and forth and do like a 3D effect.
I think the Patreon people deserve that. They deserve proper lighting. For fuck's sake.
Hey Andy, here's the radiant heater you need. It's oil filled. It doesn't announce that it's being turned on like yours with a buzzer, and it'll heat the whole room, man.
Yeah, but he's using it outside, Shaley. That one won't help him.
Yeah, wait, I'm not heating outdoors.
But it's enclosed. He's got the plastic.
It's open air. It's open air
okay.
now. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you're good. You're good. I don't know why I thought you were in the house.
Those radiant heaters are the greatest. I've got one 3 feet from me. I've got one in the house. Yeah. Those things are badass.
You feel love when you get.
Oh, I just don't feel cold.
Kind of the same.
Sort of the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some point.
My fantasies now just involve a heater and a weighted blanket.
A heater and a heater?
Yeah. A fifth of peppermint schnapps.
Some jerky. I've been getting some jerky sent to me by one of our listeners, Jerome from Peoria. Send me some jerky.
Really? Uh-huh. Peoria jerky.
Yeah, from stuff. Peoria.
Uh-huh. Are you sure it wasn't drywall?
Yeah, I would do some of that right now. I'd do a blast of drywall.
Peoria blow.
Yeah. we should have dropped your name. It was a bummer.
It couldn't have hurt.
If I did all the drugs that I paid for.
The guy out front definitely ran in the same circles as Erickson.
Same track.
Same sport.
Yeah. It's a shame that drugs get a lot of people that get involved in drug sales turn out to be grifters.
Yeah.
Like, we're all here to have a good time.
Can't trust anybody.
I know you.
Well, that's what happens when you make things shameful and illegal.
Illegal, yeah.
You know,
it's kind of a problem, you know.
Yeah.
I don't. That's probably not the reason why the guy that brought Andy methamphetamine instead of cocaine, and then Andy gave it back to him and told, because he said he'd go trade it out for coke, and then
Oh,
just
my
left.
bad.
That wasn't the fault of the system. That guy was
Here, let me
See,
issue
that
this
was-
refund to my customer service manager. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah,
he was
I'm
he was
outraged
appalled.
too.
We were just
Well,
happy with what we got. He's like,
I
"You're
am
gonna give
so
it back,
embarrassed,
Fuck
gentlemen.
you."
I am so. I've never had this happen. I'm going to tell you right now. This is on me. I
He gave me the
grabbed
wrong stuff.
pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what happened.
I think he's a reasonable guy. I think he's going to come back.
You know
think
what?
Man, I'll be right back.
Listen, they just want you to be honest. They want a good customer service relationship.
Well, I'll tell you what. What you want is the metallic Pete. That's the automobile you should be driving home in. Yeah, he used the bait and switch, like
the automobile for
because
you.
he's so that guy suggested it. Like I was at the bar and I said something about I was talking about weed and he goes, "Oh, I got it." And I thought I was going to go smoke weed with the guy, and then he bust out a line and it's coke. And then he goes, and then I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, I did, you know." So I'm a good salesman for him. He ripped you guys off.
Wait a minute. You did coke with that guy?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, Andy.
And then he offered up he could go get more. So I assumed he would go get the same thing, and he did not. He was a sneaky Pete.
He friended me on Facebook after that.
Really?
Yes. I'm
Well-
still friends with him on Facebook as far as I know. I'd have to look.
Maybe he's turned his life around and he's
I don't
offering
remember his
coke
name.
and delivering coke now. You know? I hope he's gotten straight. Maybe he does Uber pickup and brings people their meals, and they order a chicken sandwich and he shows up with tacos.
What town was that, Chad? You remember? That's where you flew out.
Yeah, that was in
Remember, Bingo was a big investor.
it was before the lug nuts place.
Bingo was,
Angel
it was
and-
yeah, it was before Lansing.
You guys
Wasn't
had
Victor?
just left the Flint.
Oh no, she wasn't on that trip.
man. Flint. Jesus, guys.
Yeah, we hit the ground running, man. Lansing, yeah, it was.
You know all the spots to get ripped off.
Where was that one, Shaylee, where there was a crimes going on in front of the motel, and it was like 30 feet from the motel door to the back door of the place, and we just dug
Oh, that
in
was
there.
Texas.
Yeah, it was scarier being in the room that there was no
Now,
green room.
when we came back in, you go to it's like a long building. So like on this end, there's like the check-in, and then like halfway down, there's like row of like 2-story building, which was all, America's Best or whatever, were some shithole. And like there were always working girls hanging out at that entrance. Yeah, and that was.
I don't
where the
mind
fuck was
that, but I don't like getting paid in cash. Yeah, that was one of the sketchiest ones. It's like we watched Cops right up until it was time to run through the filming of Cops to get into the room to do comedy, and then back out. Yeah, that's the fun about Doug's tours is you can stay in some really great places, but you can't get used to it. Because he'll stay in some of the sketchiest fucking places too. All in the same week, from a Sheridan to a shithole, back to the Sheridan.
All right, well, fellas, I
Did
feel
it-
like that's one of the books.
One
huh?
of 2 or 3.
Yeah, Chad, I can't find that
Anything-
place right now, but yeah, that was a sketchy place. It was a fucking bar right next to the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I miss those places. I go back. Hey, what were we crying about? Not having too many people at the shows. At least we were out in the sunshine doing stuff.
We had human
Yeah,
contact.
we had enough to get lunch and some of the gas.
Carefree enough to snort drugs with a stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the days, my friend.
Mm-hmm. I know
Now
some
the
of
only
that may
snowing
not.
going on is outside in the desert.
I can't imagine busting a line on the back of a public toilet like the old days. No, but maybe we'll get back there. you
Whoa,
know?
whoa, whoa, whoa! That's so dirty. Come
I
on,
know.
man.
I
Where's your
know.
mask?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Did you even hand cleaner? Whoa, dude. Whoa, take it easy.
You might
That
as well
wasn't
eat a
20
fucking
seconds,
bat.
man.
What are you doing? Don't do that. You disgusting motherfucker.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit that does seem a little askew, but I get the germ-free lifestyle, not touching
I do
shit.
too.
You know,
I'm
I did
all
way too
about
much
it
of
now.
that. Did you do? I used to do that all the time, like my just fucking fingers in the face and shit. And there's no reason for that. You know, either picking your nose or you're not. You know,
All I know is now N95 masks are on the grocery list, and I don't go, do we need any? I just get them.
yeah, yeah, they'll be good for something.
They're at Safeway.
Mhm.
N95 masks are in in a rack that used to be Mexican spices. I don't need Cuban now. I need the N95s.
They stopped short of
They converted
selling.
a factory.
Did you notice on the NFL when the teams won, they have masks available, but they didn't include them in the get the championship hat and T-shirt and COVID mask. But they did show them in the ad in the corner. So if you order a Chiefs
So,
championship hat, you can get a Chiefs
They
championship
didn't want
face
to look
mask.
taste.
so in some third world country, there's going to be Green Bay Packer Super Bowl masks
Yeah,
floating around.
they'll be a little
wearing.
they'll
In
be dirty.
Africa,
There'll be dirty little children digging through the fucking garbage dump for a fucking their next meal wearing a Pittsburgh Steeler fucking championship mask.
as long as they get used, man.
They got their legs. Little babies got their legs through the ear fucking holes going, these are some weird
Makeshift
shit,
diapers.
man.
Digging through the rubble with their pincher claws. Cleveland Browns won the Super Bowl? No. They did
Oh
not.
my God.
That is weird. Like people in like third world countries have a totally misguided idea of who actually won the playoffs.
Yeah.
Amongst their other problems.
Yeah, the Buffalo Bills, man, they ain't never won, bro.
Amongst other problems, they're horrible at sports trivia, it turns out.
You think it sucks that we're living in human raw sewage? I don't know whose teams
Hey,
are in
bro,
the
the
Super Bowl.
Patriots lost that
I've never owned a pair of shoes, and I really don't know who ever went to the Super Bowl.
They're cracking open cases of T-shirts going, QAnon won the Super Bowl? I don't know who this is.
Well, they got a tub of Hayward Field 2020 for the Olympic trial stuff. They had printed up and stuff, and they didn't have them, and they won't be able to sell 2020 stuff. So those will be on. I mean, they probably all have fucking cool clothes that just don't match with reality. They print up a ton of that shit on the impulse. So it's like you got like 40 kids wearing fucking whatever jersey. Fucking
Well,
cool.
it's not impulse, it's speculative.
I know, yeah.
I mean, there's such a markup on that stuff that they can actually run a huge like order of like the second place team just on the chance that they might win, and then it's already there. I mean, you could walk outside of that stadium last night and buy the NFC and AFC champion T-shirts, and it's not because they printed them that day; they were already boxed.
Yeah, I went to a baseball game with my daughter, and I was in the gift shop, and they just come in and dumped a bunch of stuff that didn't sell at the All-Star game. It's like fucking tons of shit. And like I bought a jersey for $15, but it's like, and it's that shit's like fucking $90, and then you wait a day, and it's fucking $10. I feel sorry for the kids in Vietnam making those, like thinking they're gonna making money for the corporation, and then find out the corporation ain't making as much as you'd hoped, little man. Sorry, go back to work for another 20 hours. Don't worry about management.
Yeah, you're like, wait, so nobody benefits?
Yeah.
I love that Andy thinks that the kids chained to sewing machines worry about what their overlords are making.
I
He
hope
feels
the
bad for them
CEOs are
because they're
making
such
enough.
company men.
Well, when I was costing my company and when I worked for GP Company and I cost them tons of wood, I did think I knew people were upset about it, but I didn't get it. I didn't think,
But you weren't worried about it. You didn't
No.
give a shit.
It was
Found
the
it
opposite.
I found it amusing. I mean, I know it was wasteful and trees died, but I still enjoy the sound of a prophet getting ripped to shreds in front of people's faces, and to have no dog in the fight. You know, I'm there hourly, so it doesn't matter. Fuck it,
God
good
damn
drama. We quit a while ago. We're just hanging out now, having fun.
Oh, fuck. I love you guys. Let's get out of here.
I'm afraid that I didn't plan for a foot of snow because it's already building up out there. And I hope just getting up to the fun house to get liquor seems like
Better go now,
like going
dude. You
across
better
the
run up there
Donner
now.
Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got a
grab
couple
everything you
pinches
need
here
right
myself.
now.
Yeah, you can't count on Derek to be there to dig you out.
No.
You could have stopped it. You couldn't count on Derek. And full stop.
We love you guys out there.
Yeah.
Thanks. We'll see you next time.